Hi, I'm DCRevolution, and welcome to my first ever Ironman progress video. So today I have a load of clips which were mostly recorded during March, and I'm going to put them all together and talk through the progress that I've made during the month. So without further ado, I'll go straight into the clips. So for a bit of AFK training, recently I've been doing lots of mining and smithing, with the goal of getting 99 mining and smithing, so that I can create masterwork. And I started off in a brilliant way by getting the smithing pet at only 89 smithing, so that was a great achievement. As the month went on, I kept on mining, and I'm now at 97 mining, and I've still got 90 smithing, but I'm getting lots of ore ready, so I can start creating Elder Rune. So I am now closing in on 99 mining and getting my first skill cape, which is a great achievement in itself, and hopefully it won't take too long to get those ores to also get 99 smithing. And then I'll be able to create my Elder Rune and have that ready as soon as I start doing some high-end PVM. So I've also made quite a lot of farming progress. All of this has been done through the player-owned farm. And at the end of March, I hit 85 farming. The farm's really coming together, and in the small pens I'm breeding chinchompers. In the medium pens I've got spiders, and I've also got them in the breeding pen. And then in the large pens I'm just breeding some cows, which I'm mainly just buying with beans, raising and then selling them off. If I look at the breeding log, I'm making good progress there, so I've nearly bred all of the different chinchomper breeds. I'm just missing the crystal chinchomper, which I'm hoping I'll be able to get from the trapper, or if not, I'll go and catch it myself once my hunter level gets high enough. But I got quite lucky in getting all of the chinchompers, as I did catch the first 5 myself, and then I managed to get a crimson one through the trapper. It was quite a frustrating process at first. I think I caught 8 chinchompers myself. It was 7 or 8, and all of them were female. So it took me ages, but it meant that I got the different breeds anyway. And so I'm getting a nice stack of them all in my bank now too, which makes up for that. It's been worth doing in the end. Where I'm breeding the spiders, I haven't bothered using the seasonalizer yet, so I haven't got all those breeds, but I'll slowly get there. And when I look at the cows, I'm just waiting to get the shiny cow now, the harlequin cow, but I haven't tried too hard to go for that, but that'll be the next step. And in the meantime, I'm sending off the trapper at least once a day, and hopefully he's going to come back with some of the higher level animals too, which I can look forward to. So right now I've got 1 green dragon, I've got a spirit yak, and I've got a zygomite. So it'll be nice to get a breeding pair of them, and I'll start using them as soon as I can. So on the theme of player-owned farms, that's going quite well, but right now I'm not really using Wrench Out of Time. I haven't caught any of the animals that I need for that, and I could use it by just buying maybe frogs or salamanders with beans and growing them myself. But I think for now that's not quite worth it, so I'm going to ignore that. But I've been doing some big game hunter. Right now I've managed to hit 78 hunter. I still haven't got a Dragomatic, but it would be nice to get one of them before I start training archaeology properly. And hopefully I can also get some dinosaur eggs. My plan with hunter is to train to 80 using big game hunter, and I'll probably keep doing it onwards after that too, as I will want a lot of dinosaur eggs. But once I've got 80, I'll be able to catch some Jadinkos on Anachronia, and then hopefully I'll be able to get some Jadinkos for my player-owned farm too. And that just seems like an easier way to catch them rather than going to Herbal or Habitat. And then once I've done that, if I get some of those drops, that'll be great for my farming, and that level will just shoot up, and I'll just keep going all the way up to 120, using Wrench Out of Time and player-owned farm. I still plan to do a lot more big game hunter, as I'm really enjoying that. And also the common drops are quite good. I'm getting lots of dragon hides, which could be useful for crafting. And you get lots of Gremwall spikes too, which will also be good for Herblore and making extremes and eventually overloads once I get up to those levels. I've also made a lot of progress in terms of my combat stats. This has mainly been done through Russian ED3, and I've done a lot of that solo too, which isn't the most efficient way to do it. But I've quite enjoyed that. It means you don't have to commit to a team all the time. You can just sort of go yourself for as long as you want. But I can't quite get the whole trash run done on my own yet, so I teleport out when I reach the first cloak zealots. So I am missing out on some experience there, but it's quite a relaxed way of training, and I've enjoyed that. The main things that I've achieved are 88 magic and 80 defense, and I've also went from just over 60 attack and strength to above 70 now, and that's just hopefully going to keep on going up, as eventually I want to get to 80 attack so I can try some Vindicta. But really I just want to improve all of my combat stats, so that I can start doing some bossing, and also try and Slayer. But the main bosses I want to do are God Wars Dungeon 1, particularly Krill, so that I can get some subjugation robes, although I also quite like Bandos, and I wouldn't mind getting some augmentable melee gear too. I also then want to go to God Wars Dungeon 2, as I'll hopefully be able to get a Dragon Rider lance from Vindicta, and that'll just really open up the high-end PVM to me. So that's what I'm hoping to achieve there. Now, I've neglected train and range a lot. This is still really low, it's down at 40, but recently I've managed to get some levels, mainly through the butterfly event. I've just been catching these butterflies and it gives you experience in your lowest skill, so it's been nice to go up like that. I've recently started train range a little bit through Slayer, so I've had a Grotworm task which I've been working on with range, so I've managed to get up to 55 range. But like I say, this is a lot of butterflies too. And I've also managed to reach 54 archaeology, as these are my 2 lower skills. Now they're getting close to runecrafting, which is level 56, so the butterflies might stop having an impact there. But either way, it's nice to get that experience. As well as relying on the butterflies, I did also train a little bit of archaeology, so I've completed a few collections, and I've got my first archaeology qualification, so I'm now an assistant. So it's been nice to start training archaeology properly, and actually get a few of the collections done, and I'm going to keep on doing that now, and hopefully I can raise that by actually training, rather than just bonus experience. I'm now also reaching a point on the Ironman, where a lot of the content which I want to access, or be able to access in the near future, is limited by quests, so I need to start getting those quests done and unlocking things. So I've started off with some very low level ones. I did things like meat and history, I started the elemental workshops and finished the first and second one. I did one small favour, which is everyone's favourite quest. It didn't take quite as long as I remember. I did the Golem quest, Shadow of the Storm, Horror from the Deep, and I did Fight Arena. And by doing this, I managed to pass 150 quest points, which was a nice little milestone. And I went in the quest point shop and unlocked Vanquish, which means I've got a tier 75 weapon in all combat styles now. I've already got a tier 80 staff, being the chaotic staff, but now this means I've got a range weapon available when I get a 75 range, and that'll last me quite a while. I'm sure that'll be very useful in the long run. A lot of these quests are very low level, so the combat in them was pretty straightforward. It really wasn't an issue for me to do, so maybe I should have got them done earlier, and the XP might have been more useful. But doing them now, at least I'm getting them done. And like I say, just getting those quest point rewards unlocked and getting the fortunate components from the quest point reward shop too, that's definitely been worth doing. And finally, this might seem like quite a small achievement to do and maybe not worth including in the progress video, but I've augmented a dragon hatchet. So, I obtained 3 dragon hatchets when I was killing Dagannoth Rex a few months ago, and I've got one on the tool belt, but I had an extra 2 just sat in the bank not doing anything. So, I've decided I would augment one, so I can gain some invention experience whilst I'm training. I haven't added any perks to it yet, but that'll just come in useful as I'm gonna get the experience, the item experience, whilst doing Big Game Hunter, and also when I cut Arcadia trees for the simple components. So that's it for the progress that I've made this month, which I want to share anyway. To me it's been a really good month, I'm very happy with what I've managed to achieve, and I'm hoping that April and May are going to be just as good, and my stats are going to keep going up, and I'm going to start getting into those higher levels and accessing more content. So thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed.